Hello to Fun Fitters. Welcome to this podcast of Fun to Fit with Flying Coach. Today we have a very important guest that's coming to speak to us about one of the taboo topics that some of us who are going through this process are afraid to speak of. I've done a lot of research on the internet to try and understand the stage of my life, and I've come to a conclusion that there isn't much that has been spoken about. So what I'm doing now is I'm speaking to someone who's gone through this stage that I'm talking about. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is menopause. Yes, you heard me right. It's menopause. One of those dreaded words for women my age who go through a stage where suddenly things change in your life and you don't understand why these things are happening the way they are happening. You go through a lot of changes, physical changes, you also go through mental changes, you also go through a whole host of other things that your mother never warned you about, but you really want to know a little bit more about how we can overcome these problems that we find. So today I have a very beautiful sister. She's my big sis. At 54, she has gone through menopause, and there's quite a lot of things that she went through that she had to go out and really find solutions for herself. And I decided to bring her to my podcast so that she can tell us a little bit more about what it is that she went through, take us through the symptoms, but more than anything, provide us with solutions that have worked for her, that I'm hoping that through listening to what she has to say, she will then give you the solutions yourselves. So introducing Ubongiwe Shongwe Umazulu, my big sis. Welcome, Bongiwe.
Thank you, Tuli. You know what, Tuli, you said something that I really liked. You said it's a taboo subject. The nice thing about menopause is that it comes at an age where you don't really care, taboo or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can just imagine to somebody who is young and it happens to them, I mean, it would be something that they wouldn't even want to talk about. But really, at my age, you can talk about anything without feeling any pressure.
Yeah.
Or thinking it's taboo.
Fantastic. Maybe before we start, tell us a little bit about who you are. Just so that my viewers can have an understanding of who I'm talking to.
Okay, my name is Bongiwe Shongwe. As Tuli had said, I'm her sister. I'm a chief technology officer at a company that sells and supports library systems. I really enjoy my work, the tech world, and I love exercising, which is why I'm part of Fun Fitness. Yes. And that's basically me. I have 2 grown-up boys and a very loving husband. I honestly love my life, truly, especially now that I've gone past menopause.
Fantastic. Thank you for that introduction, Bongiwe. She's very modest, actually. Ubongiwe started off as a teacher, and she upgraded herself and decided that she wanted to go into mainstream, and she's now an IT guru. She will not say that, and one of those that I really look up to. And I am so glad that you agreed to actually come and speak on this podcast, because honestly, as I'm saying, I am going through this process, and I cannot even begin to explain to people what I went through. But let's just get on talking about it. Tell me, Bongiwe, what are some of the most challenging symptoms that you experienced during this menopause period?
Okay,
and how did you overcome them?
I'm going to start with symptoms that I was expecting. Yeah. And I honestly thought I was ready for it. I was expecting hot flashes. I was expecting dryness. I was expecting a foggy brain, you know, and I thought, I'm ready for it. I even bought myself a very small desk fan so that when hot flashes hit, you know, I was ready for them. So I honestly thought I was ready for menopause. Then, boom, it hit. It just played with my mental state. The hot flashes I could stand. In fact, they were not that severe. But the mental state, it honestly played with my mind. I had anxiety. You know, when you wake up in the morning and you're feeling like something big but terrible is going to happen. The palpitations.
I know that feeling. Yeah.
You know, just throughout the day, perpetual anxiety, ready for something to happen. I have a phobia. It's called claustrophobia. A lot of people, they confuse it with claustrophobia. Claustrophobia is fear of enclosed spaces. Claustrophobia is fear of being trapped.
Okay.
It could be a big space as long as you feel that there isn't a way out. It just became so magnified, you know, in such a way that when I went to restaurants during that time, I would look for a table that is closer to the door.
Oh, wow.
So it was that. It was a little bit of depression, but I didn't understand that it was depression because I've never had depression. I always wake up happy, you know. But during those days, I would wake up down. You know, when you're feeling down and you just feel like you want to weep. So it was that was a problem, and I found it extremely unsettling, in such a way that I thought, you know what, I am losing my mind. But luckily, I'm the type that likes reading, so I just went straight to the books. And I Googled menopause, the symptoms of menopause, especially the mental symptoms of menopause. And I realized that I'm not crazy. But even with that realization, I thought I really need assistance. Then I booked myself to a psychotherapist to help.
Yeah. Let's explore a little bit more this whole thing around the anxieties that you said you suffered. What did they feel like? And when you first encountered them, what was the feeling that was going through your brain?
The first thing that I realized, and it really felt so foreign and so strange, that I literally thought I was losing my mind. I felt like I was watching myself. You know, when you're outside your boat, I'm driving the car, and I'm looking at myself driving the car. And I'm thinking, what is this? Then I spoke to Babongile. I have a twin sister, Babongile, you know, our sister.
Yes, yeah.
She's a medical doctor. And she said, you know what, those are symptoms of anxiety. Because I thought, how long am I going to be feeling like this? That's the first thought that hits you. How long is it gonna go out for? Went to Google and they said menopause can take up to 10 years. Then I thought, for 10 years, I'm gonna be looking at myself speaking, you know, or doing stuff.
Yeah.
And that was the unsettling thing. And then I had, I think they call it vertigo. While you are standing, you feel like you are in a boat.
You're falling.
Again, they said it's part of menopause. And then, as I said, the claustrophobia just became worse. Yeah.
So tell me, when you were going through this, are there any lifestyle changes that you basically adopted just to try and cope with these things that were happening in your life?
As I had said, I reached out to Babongile, my twin sister, the doctor, and she said, you need to start walking. I used to run.
Okay.
Go to the beach and run. And I just stopped when the symptoms started. You know, you just have no energy to do anything except to just think about what you are experiencing. So I stopped exercising. I love food. My appetite just went.
You lost your appetite.
Yeah,
oh my goodness, good people,
appetite.
That must have been something else, because my sister eats everywhere she goes.
That's
okay,
true.
Let's go for it.
So I lost my appetite. Then I reached out to Babongile. Babongile said, you need to go back to running or walking. You need to exercise.
Okay.
You need to take care of yourself also by investing in your bath salts. You know, yes. Because also my ears were a bit blocked. I don't know what was causing it. I then started steaming using your oils, essential oils.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was.
Which ones of those oils did you find worked quite well for you?
It was peppermint.
Peppermint.
Peppermint worked. I love it. I really loved it. So I would put peppermint in my in boiling water and just steam. And also I started doing getting into the bath and just soaking in the bath. All those were things that Babongile said I need to start doing. I wouldn't know whether it helped or what. I just felt like nothing was helping until I went to see the psychotherapist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you actually went and sought professional help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So why did you feel a need to go to a psychotherapist?
Because it was affecting my mind more than the body. And also Babongile said, if you go to doctors at times, they might recommend the hormone therapy, replacement therapy. And it's not good. It can cause cancer, stuff like that.
Oh, yes, I see.
And she also suggested, it's called Femula. and also passion flower tablets.
Are those natural supplements?
Natural, but you will be surprised to know where the passion flower tablets are found in Clicks and Discount. Next to condoms. So yeah, there I was, old lady, going for the condom section, and I'm thinking maybe they're looking at me. And I thought, who cares? I need to sort this out. And again, truly, I honestly wouldn't know whether that helped or the psychotherapist helped. But I was doing everything that was suggested. I just wanted it to stop. Yeah.
A lot of people are afraid of going the hormone replacement the side, and they opt for natural treatments of menopause. You spoke about passion flower. Run me a little bit more in terms of what that is. How does it work, and how did you find it?
Babongile suggested to me two things she suggested, Femula and passion flower. And it comes in different formats. It can be a liquid, it can be a tablet, it can be a tea as well. And on the outside it's written that it helps with anxiety and all that. So I took all forms of it. There's a little one, it's a very small bottle, and I used to go and buy it with Ketiwe.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, our sister, with Ketiwe, and I would just down it. Then I realized that it looks like I'm overdosing myself now. But you know, truly, when you're just trying everything. Yeah.
Tell me now, Bongi, where you said you tried everything, and I'm sure there's that one or two things that eventually worked for you, that you then held on to, and you moved forward with. What were those things?
Exercise.
Exercise.
Too.
That's when, by the way, she joined Fun to Fit.
Yeah, exercise. It really made me tired. So by the time I went into the bath to soak, I was already tired, and I slept right through.
What type of exercises did you feel were easing the symptoms of menopause for you?
Running by the beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why that one specifically?
I don't know. It could be the sea. I really don't know. But I didn't want to run by myself. So I would do it with my husband or do it with Uma Ace, a friend of ours. So we would go to the beach and run. And I did it every day, just to tire myself so that I sleep at night. Because also the insomnia started. And you know how much I love my sleep.
Oh, yeah. I know how much you love your sleep. Yeah. So running actually helped you.
It did.
What other exercises did you find were actually good for you in terms of easing off the symptoms?
It was mostly running. You know how much I hate weights. So I never even went into trying weights. I just ran, truly. I just ran. Yeah. And then we would walk with Lwazi also.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have a husband who's very understanding. He could see also that something is just not right with me. Because as I had said, you know me, truly, always laughing, bubbly and all that. And suddenly I'm withdrawn. I don't talk much. And so when I reached out to Babongile, he also was there, and Babongile was explaining things and how I need to be supported and all that. And he really was my pillar of strength during those times. Yeah.
You've touched on quite an important subject, and that is the importance of having a support structure around you. You were saying that you had a husband that understood what you were going through. You also had a sister who happened to also advise you on what you need to do. What would you say to people that are experiencing menopause? What would you say to them with regards to ensuring that they surround themselves with people that will understand where they are going? Why was that important for you? And what benefits did it give you that actually made this menopause process easier to transcend into?
The first thing you must do is to get someone to talk about it. Do not suffer alone. Be it a friend, be it a parent. I just wish it's something that was spoken about when we were growing up. You know, when girls grow up and they start their periods, you have the whole community around you advising, you know. But with menopause, somehow it's something that is shunned upon. It's never spoken about. It's as if when it happens to you, it shouldn't be happening, or you're getting old, you are a go-go and all that. I just wish it could be something that we are open about and we are able to talk about without feeling any guilt or feeling like we are getting old. I guess people are scared of dying, and when you are menopausal, you are closer to your grave, to be honest. So what helped me was just speaking about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's what you say. Speak about it so
speak
that at
about
least,
it. Yeah.
And you'll never know the number of people that could actually be going through this that you could be helping. Exactly. You're a working woman. And some of us going through this process, I must say that one of the worst things that happens, and it creates a lot of anxieties for me, when I have to stand in front of people and present. And I know that anxiety for me also triggers a lot of things. But when I started menopausing and I started having hot flashes, the worst thing that will happen is in the middle of a presentation, I'm breaking in sweat. And people look at you thinking, how did you cope with it at work? What are the strategies that you can offer or advice that you can offer women who are going through menopause and are working women, and they want their colleagues to understand what they are going through?
Luckily, truly, I work from home, and I'm able to juggle what I do at what time. When I realized that this is happening, I just stopped seeing clients. If I needed to, I would do it online. More so because of the out-of-body experience thing. I thought they would see that something is not, this person is looking at themselves speaking, you know. So I stopped going to clients. I did it online. But I'm lucky that I'm able to do that with the type of work that I do. For any working woman who has to go and stand in front of people, I suggest read about it before it even starts. Get into, there are many groups, by the way, even on Facebook.
Really?
Get into those groups. Know what is coming your way so that you are prepared. I thought I was, clearly I wasn't. So know what's coming your way. Know that when it happens, you are not crazy. In that way, you'll be able to manage it and also learn the strategies of how to manage
coping,
it. But if, let's say you haven't done that and you are right in the middle of it and you have to go and see people, speak to your bosses. Let them know what you are going through so that they juggle your times and hours and also the type of work that you can do. Because I tell you now, truly, if I were forced to stand in front of people and present while I was going through it, I wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, so what would be your advice now coming from the other side? Here is an employer. They have a number of women that are approaching my age who are basically going either premenopausal or are now going through full-blown menopause. What would be your advice to HR practitioners in companies? What do you think should happen with companies to actually change the way that they view this whole process? Because like you said, it does have an impact in terms of your mental health, and I can imagine with some it could even impact their productivity at work.
What normally happens at work is that they do have these sessions where they will call your labor lawyers to come in, your marketers to come in, but they never have sessions where they call in people to come and talk about what your staff members could be going through as females. One, the actual period when you are still not menopausal, when you are still menstruating, where you have your fluctuating moods and all that. Nobody talks about that. Work doesn't call people in to talk about that. It's something that happens. Number two, nobody goes to work to talk about menopause and what your menopausal staff could be going through. So I think those sessions need to be incorporated into the wellness of staff wellness, or whatever they call it when they call these people to come and talk about staffing issues.
You know, when you were talking about your famous passion flower, you spoke about the fact that it was right next to the condom aisle, and it triggered a thought to me when it comes to sexual life. How was that for you? And what were the things that you did to try and overcome that as a person that was going through menopause?
Non-existent until I was happy and ready. Honestly, you can't even think about it. Again, that's where an understanding partner comes in. Because one of that could actually be a make or break of any relationship. So what would then be your advice, aside just from your sexual health and all of that, of those other things? The partners, our partners that are with us,
you say you were very lucky that your partner was very understanding. Did
Yeah.
he read about these things just so that he can equip himself as well?
Nope.
So how did you guys?
He had absolutely no clue what. He only started reading when I was experiencing it. I'm just lucky that he's just the type of a person who's understanding,
Yes,
compassionate, and all that. But I can just imagine if you are with a partner who's not all that, and they honestly don't understand what you are going through. All they are seeing is their wife changing in front of them. I honestly would be happy if LO, it's called LO, life orientation in school.
Oh, yes,
they incorporate this. It needs to be. I mean, if you are incorporating periods and wet dreams for boys, why not incorporate menopause?
Yeah, definitely. Now, diet-wise, you said you love food. Did you change anything? And what sort of food did you eat that you found was easing the symptoms of menopause?
I was told to change my diet. Truly, I want to be honest here. I changed nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
I still
when
ate
they
my
said you were told to change your diet, what did she advise you
I must
to?
incorporate fruit and vegetables. And you know how much I hate those two. So honestly, I didn't change much. What I did though was drink a lot of water.
Oh, okay.
And that was because I was running a lot.
Yeah.
Not because I wanted to drink water. I hate water, by the way. I hate fruit. I hate vegetables.
Yeah.
I love my French fries. You know me too.
French fries, my goodness, and she and French fries.
Yeah.
So you never stopped that.
Hence the big arms. Anyway, so I never changed my diet, to be honest. I tried, but drinking a lot of water, I drank a lot of water. So I can't advise anybody regarding diet whether it helps with the symptoms or not. I would be lying.
So why do you think Ubabongile then advised you to take fruits and vegetables? And you're saying you read a lot about this thing. So what do you think would then, well, you didn't take it, and lucky you didn't have issues afterwards. But for someone like myself who is into health and wellness, what did she say are benefits of fruit and vegetables?
She just said a balanced diet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, a balanced diet
Yeah.
helps also with your mental state.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So the fruit and vegetables.
Yes.
Hint, hint.
Yeah.
I hope that you
I'm
start
sorted now.
changing your yeah. So they help with your mental state. Okay, no, fantastic, Bongiwe. Lastly, as we wrap up today, what would you say to women as they approach the stage of their lives? What would be your parting words? What advice would you give someone like myself? Because like I said, I'm premenopausal, and I am starting to feel some of the symptoms. And fortunately for me, I have you and my older sister, who has been literally my pillar of strength in terms of understanding what's happening. And like you, I wish, honestly, we had been taught this thing at school so that we can anticipate what it is that we should be expecting as women. Because as I said, it can be quite a frustrating process.
Yeah.
So what would you then be your advice to women like myself who are going through menopause, who do not want to go the hormone replacement route, but would rather have our bodies actually heal themselves the natural way? So what would your advice be to them?
First thing is to surround yourself with women who've gone through it. Just listen to their stories. As I said, there are groups, menopause groups out there. Join those groups. Read as much as you can. There's nothing as terrible as thinking that you are going crazy on your own when you're actually going through what others have gone through. So surround yourself. Exercise. I cannot overemphasize the importance of exercise. Pamper yourself as well. If you like going for spas, well, I don't, you know me. If you like going for spas, massages and all that, do it. Just pamper yourself. And for once, just be selfish and think of yourself. I know as mothers and as wives, the first thing we think about are our children, husbands, and so forth. We literally neglect ourselves. Just be selfish and think about yourself, and know that what you are going through is natural, and it's something that you should be going through, and embrace it as a woman.
Yeah, so there's nothing actually to be embarrassed about.
No.
And you can't keep mum about something that is a natural progression of life. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Bongi.
Thank you, Tuli. Thank you.
Yeah, you've taught me a lot.
Yeah,
and obviously this is the first of a number of series that I'm going to be going through.
Yeah.
Just so that at least I just give some women solutions to this problem that we are facing as women. And I actually think I'm wrong by calling it a problem. It's a natural progression of life.
Yeah.
That has been held taboo by a lot of people.
Yeah.
But we need to actually demystify it, so that people understand that it's part of a natural progression of life.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for speaking to us at Fun to Fit. There you go, ladies and ladies, because today the segment is specifically on ladies. And by the way, I've actually just discovered that men also go through menopause, and we are going to be speaking about this subject also from a male perspective. But I must say that there's a lot that I've learned from my sister Ubongiwe. She mentioned quite a number of coping mechanisms that she's gone through. And just to recap, for me, the thing that I'm taking out of this conversation is that it is very important to actually just realize that this is a natural passage of life and that there's nothing to be ashamed of. Surround yourself with people that have gone through the process and they understand how it works, because they will be able to provide you with solutions that could help you cope. Exercise, 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 which is where Fun to Fit comes in. So don't forget, tell your friends to subscribe, because there's quite a lot of exercise routines that we go through that are actually going to help ease off the symptoms of menopause. Also, make sure that you have a partner that understands. If anything, get them to read a little bit more so that they can be your support when you are going through these issues. You experience psychological issues, there is nothing wrong with you. All you need to do is to get to people that can help you understand what you are going through so that you can cope. And for us women that work, the important thing to do is to actually speak about it. Let your bosses know what you are going through so that you can then find strategies of coping at work that will enable you to continue being effective, but then understanding what's going through. And the last thing that I liked that you said is advice to people that are employers that have women like myself who are still committed to our work and want to make the best of it, is that open up conversations around the subject. Bring in experts that are actually going to help. Understand that in your workplace, you have women that are going through this process, that are going through menopause, that need to be understood, so that you can motivate them to be even more productive. Yes, this is a passing stage of life, but it can really be one of those that can be dilapidating, and therefore it's very important that there are things that are put in place by an employer to support women who are going through going through menopause. And lastly, surround yourself with people that understand. Speak. The more you speak about it, the more you find solutions. Join support groups. Speak to people that have gone through this, and that will help you cope with this. So thank you very much. Fun to Fit here, signing out. I hope you really had enjoyed this segment, and I hope that you got valuable insights that are going to help you as you cope with this process in your life. Thank you.